welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're looking closely at mirror work.
Right, we're drawing from Louise Hay's mirror work, 21 Days to Heal Your Life, which you suggested.
Exactly. And our goal is to really pull out the key insights from this 21-day program. It's all about building self-love and, well, seeing the world as safer, more supportive.
And what's really interesting is the core practice itself. Intentionally looking into your own eyes in a mirror and repeating positive statements. The idea is this actively influences your subconscious thoughts.
Okay, so it's about changing those deep-seated thoughts and feelings.
Pretty much. Think of your subconscious like fertile ground, negative self-talk. That's like weeds we've let grow.
Right, we water them without even thinking about it sometimes.
Exactly. Mirror work is about consciously planting different seeds, positive ones, through repetition. You're nurturing self-love, confidence, that kind of thing.
So that internal chatter, the voice in our heads, it's basically affirming something all the time, whether we like it or not.
That's the premise. And those messages, they really do take root, shaping how we feel, how we act.
So Hay suggests that by choosing positive affirmations deliberately,
you can cultivate more self-confidence, better self-esteem, inner peace, even more joy.
And the mirror itself isn't just reflective glass. It's a tool.
A powerful feedback tool, But what's key is the immediacy. You say the words, look at yourself.
And you see your reaction?
Instantly. The mirror reflects your current emotional state. It shows you, right there, where you might feel resistance, where the words feel maybe untrue.
Or where you're actually okay with them, perhaps.
Or where you're more open, exactly. It's like a real-time reading of your inner landscape.
Like holding up a visual of your inner world.
Yeah.
And seeing those reactions helps you pinpoint thoughts that are maybe holding you back.
That's the idea. It's not just the words. It's noticing what comes up as you say them. That gives you insight into what needs shifting for a more fulfilling life.
So it really pushes for more self-awareness then.
Definitely. As you do it more, you naturally become more tuned in to your internal language, the silent stuff and the spoken stuff, and your actions too.
And that awareness helps with self-care because you see what you actually need.
Precisely. You become more conscious of how you're truly treating yourself.
The book gives some nice practical examples, like using the mirror when something good happens, saying thank you, thank you.
Amplifying the positive.
Yeah. And also, during tough times, offering yourself kindness, like, okay, I love you.
It's about consciously choosing to be your own support system.
Now, I imagine some people listening might think, okay, but won't I feel silly?
Oh, absolutely. The material tackles that head on. Feeling strange, awkward, even silly at first. Totally normal.
Good to know.
It emphasizes that, like any skill, it gets easier with practice. It starts to feel more natural. Persistence is really important here.
Right. The main goal, it seems, is building that relationship with yourself. That's the most important one, isn't it?
That's the foundation, according to this work. And it's kind of amazing how these simple actions, looking in a mirror, speaking kindly, can potentially spark big life changes.
So how is the source material structured? You mentioned 21 days.
Yeah, it's a journey. Each day has a theme. And within each day, you've got the mirror work exercises, these things called heart thoughts.
Heart thoughts, what are those?
They seem like core guiding ideas or affirmations for the day, sort of anchors the mirror work. And then there are guided meditations, too.
Okay. So for this deep dive, we're going to focus on these elements, starting with the first week.
Let's do it. Week 1, day 1 is themed loving yourself.
Makes sense as a starting point. What's the first exercise?
It's pretty direct. Stand or sit in front of a mirror, look right into your eyes, say your name, and then say, I love you. I really, really love you. And repeat it several times.
Wow. Okay. That simple phrase. I can see how that might feel vulnerable.
It really can. Just looking at yourself and saying, I love you, can be surprisingly tough for a lot of people. It highlights how conditioned we might be towards self-criticism.
And the day 1 heart thought connects to that.
Yeah, it's I am open and receptive. And there's a crucial point made here. If you approach this believing deep down that you're not worthy,
then the affirmations won't stick.
Exactly, you'll resist them. That feeling some might get that this doesn't work often comes from that underlying lack of self-worth, not the practice itself.
Interesting. So you need that openness first. What about the meditation?
The day 1 meditation expands on love's power, visualizing love flowing from your heart to others and then back to you, framing love as this potent healing force within us.
Okay, moving to day 2. The theme is making your mirror your friend.
Right, so the focus shifts a bit towards really cultivating love, even adoration for yourself. The idea is consistent practice helps erase those old negative messages.
So after just stating I love you on day 1, day 2 is about deepening that connection with your reflection.
Kind of embedding it. The main exercise is similar. Look in the mirror, relax, breathe, say, name I love you, I really, really love you, multiple times.
And it acknowledges this might still feel weird.
Oh, yeah. It calls it the starting point for unconditional self-love, even if it feels strange.
What if I love you feels like too big a leap right away?
Good point. It suggests gentler alternatives like, I am willing to learn to like you,
Okay.
or I'm learning to love you, finding something that feels a tiny bit more believable at first.
That makes it more accessible.
There's another really nice tip for day 2. Try imagining yourself as a little kid, maybe 5 or 6, when you look in the mirror.
Oh, like your inner child.
Exactly. And direct the loving words to that child. That can soften things, tap into compassion.
It really seems to suggest that difficulty saying I love you often comes from self-judgment, those old negative tapes playing.
Precisely. It stresses committing to the affirmation anyway and understanding that self-love emerges when the self-judgment quiets down.
Does it mention the emotions that might come up?
Yes, it acknowledges that mirror work can be evocative. You might feel grief or sadness about past self-unkindness bubble up.
And the advice is?
Allow it. Don't judge it. See it as part of the release, part of healing.
And the day 2 heart thought?
It's about connection through love, choosing a circle of love and healing over hate or negativity, recognizing how our connections impact us.
Okay, day 3 shifts focus to monitoring your self-talk.
Right. Now it's about paying active attention to those internal messages, the background noise in our minds.
And changing them.
Yes, clearing out the old negative patterns to be more present.
It digs into where that self-talk comes from, doesn't it? Like early messages from parents, teachers.
Oh, big time. How things we heard repeatedly become our default programming, sometimes leading to this belief that love is conditional, I'm only okay if I
do this or achieve that.
Yeah. But the material emphasizes others' approval reflect their values, not your inherent worth.
That's a powerful distinction. And our self-talk, it actually creates our reality in a way.
It forms the foundation for our words, our actions. It creates our mental atmosphere. And yeah, the book suggests it attracts experiences. Belittling yourself versus loving yourself leads to very different outcomes.
It also touches on blaming others for our unhappiness.
Right. Understandable reaction, but it keeps you stuck. The power is in your own words, your own language. Listening to yourself is key.
And the shoulds.
Yes. Shoulds are flagged as a sign of rigidity. Trying to control the uncontrollable often involves making yourself or others wrong.
So how does mirror work help with this negative self-talk on day 3?
By actively using it for positive self-talk, turning those old negative messages into new positive affirmations.
Like if you heard, you never do anything right.
You reframe it in the mirror. I am a capable person. I am learning and growing. Something like that.
What's the main affirmation for day 3 mirror work?
It's a commitment. Whatever I say to myself, I will say it with love. Filtering your inner dialogue through kindness.
And there's an exercise tied to this.
Yeah, identifying specific negative things heard in childhood, you're stupid, maybe, and consciously turning them positive. I am smart and capable.
Powerful stuff. And the heart thought for day 3.
I always have a choice. It directly tackles the shoulds, suggests replacing should with could.
To see the freedom you actually have.
Exactly, reclaiming that sense of choice.
Then day 4 moves into letting go of your past.
Releasing blame, forgiveness of self and others, and moving on.
Uses an analogy, right, about a filing cabinet.
Yeah, a really vivid one. Past experiences and beliefs stored away, like old files or tapes labeled not good enough, unlovable.
Stuff we don't even look at anymore, but it's still running the show.
That's the idea. These outdated files still influencing us. Mirror work helps us identify and replace them.
So the day 4 exercise helps with that replacement.
Yes. You imagine ejecting an old belief like popping out a disc and recording a new one?
With affirmations like,
I am willing to let go. I release. I am safe. Things that affirm release and present moment safety.
And the day 4 heart thought, I can let go, probes deeper.
It does. It asks why we hold on to old patterns, even negative ones. Sometimes they serve an unconscious purpose,
Like illness being used to punish someone. Or get attention.
Weirdly, yeah, that's an example given. It prompts self-reflection. What am I still sorry about? Who am I angry at? What am I avoiding? How do I think holding on to this protects me?
Wow, deep questions. Okay, day 5. building your self-esteem.
Yes. Focus shifts to actively loving yourself with respect, gratitude, appreciating your body, mind, soul as miracles.
It contrasts this with babies, right? How they seem inherently self-assured.
Exactly. Babies express needs freely, know their worth. Then we learn fear, denial of our magnificence, often from listening to adults.
Sad, but often true. What's the core mirror work for day 5?
A big one. Repeat this affirmation at least 100 times a day. I love and approve of myself.
100 times. Wow. That's commitment.
The goal is to make it your new internal mantra.
What if negative thoughts pop up while you're trying to say it?
It anticipates that. The advice, don't fight them, don't judge them, just notice them, let them pass, and gently return focus to feeling self-love and approval.
Like watching clouds drift by.
Kind of. And the day 5 heart thought is, I love being me. Encouraging us to imagine really enjoying living in our own skin, free from inner criticism.
Okay, which leads nicely into day 6, releasing your inner critic.
Yes, tackling that habit of judgment and self-criticism head on.
It normalizes it, though, right? Saying even Louise Hay struggled with it.
It does. Very reassuring. And mirror work is highlighted as a key tool for becoming aware of that negative voice so you can start letting it go. We all know that voice, don't we? Much harsher than we'd be to anyone else.
Absolutely. And the point is, you can't really love yourself while constantly putting yourself down.
Exactly. It contrasts the baby's open wonder with the learned habit of criticism adopted from others.
Does it share how Hay worked with her own critic?
Yeah, she talks about consciously listening to her self-talk and using affirmations like, I love myself, I approve of myself, my opinions are valued.
So releasing the critic connects you more to your higher self, leads to more self-acceptance.
That's the connection it makes. And interestingly, more self-acceptance often leads to more acceptance of others, creates that internal space of compassion.
What are the day 6 mirror affirmations? Are they different?
They're specifically aimed at the inner child we talked about earlier, really tender.
Like what?
I love you, and I know you are doing the best you can. You are perfect just as you are. I approve of you.
Wow. That's incredibly nurturing.
It really is. And the day 6 heart thought is, I love and accept myself exactly as I am. It hammers home how damaging self-criticism is.
And connects stopping self-criticism to stopping criticism of others.
Yes, because we often criticize in others what reflects something in ourselves. There's a brief mention of a meditation, too, about accepting all parts of yourself and sharing that love.
Okay, so that brings us to day 7, which is a review.
Yeah, loving yourself, a review of your first week, a moment to acknowledge the effort and progress, congratulate yourself for sticking with it.
It reminds you that it takes time, that the initial awkwardness is okay.
Definitely. And emphasizes how saying the loving words gets easier and positive changes start to ripple out.
It summarizes the week's achievements, too.
Making the mirror a friend, increasing self-awareness, listening to self-talk, practicing affirmations as acts of self-love.
And reinforces releasing the junk from the past.
Absolutely. Letting go of old judgments and stories to live fully now. Turning negative affirmations positive is key to letting go of hurts.
It uses an analogy, too, doesn't it? About layers.
Yeah, layers or blocks. Each positive affirmation is like gently chipping away at past negative conditioning, letting your true self emerge.
And it's okay if the inner critic still pops up sometimes.
Totally fine. The mirror is always there as a tool to return to. Remind yourself, I am worth loving, and encourage yourself, keep up the good work.
What are the day 7 review affirmations?
They combine a few things. I love you, I really love you, and I'm so proud of you for doing your mirror work. Repeat with your name. And it brings back that imagery of ejecting old beliefs.
Creating a new CD.
Yeah, a new recording with affirmations like, I am willing to let go, I am worth loving, I am perfect just the way I am.
And the final heart thought for the week.
Day 7 is, all my experiences are right for me. Encouraging trust in your life's path, recognizing your innate wisdom, talents, and the support that's always there.
Okay, so wrapping up this first week, the core principles are pretty clear. The power of affirmations, using the mirror for self-reflection.
The importance of tuning into your self-talk, actively releasing the past, building self-esteem.
Quieting that inner critic, and just the foundational act of practicing self-love. It all builds on itself.
And the message seems to be consistent practice, even when it feels weird at first, is how you really start to see the benefit.
Definitely something for you, the listener, to maybe reflect on.
Yeah.
Which of these ideas from the first week really resonated? What feels like something you'd want to explore more?
Yeah, good questions. And maybe a final thought to ponder. Considering these first steps, what's just one small shift in how you see yourself that you could start practicing today?
And remember, we've only just touched on the first 7 days here. This 21-day course goes much deeper into things like the inner child, healing the body, overcoming fear, relationships, prosperity, gratitude.
So much more to potentially explore for personal growth.
Absolutely. We hope this dive into the first week has been insightful, and we wish you the very best on your own journey of self-discovery and self-love.